you going to be watching Super Mario Brothers?
No, I will not.
John Leguizamo and Seth Rogen are both publicly bashing the other's film adaptation of the video game Super Mario Brothers. While John continued to voice his boycott of the animated version yesterday, which features Seth as the voice of Donkey Kong.
You asked for it! This is fun!
Seth said at the red carpet premiere of the 2023 take that the 1993 version that featured John as Luigi is one of the worst movies ever made.
I don't know, Mario, just trust me. I got a good feeling about this.
Seth told Variety that the film's terribleness did teach him a valuable lesson at 11 years old. I think it made me realize that movies, could be bad. That never occurred to me until that moment. It really bummed me out. Well, John told TMZ that he's really bummed out over the lack of diversity in the voice cast for the new version.
They could have included a Latin character like I was groundbreaking, then they stopped the groundbreaking. They messed up the inclusion. They disincluded.
So no Super Mario Brothers for you?
Hell no.
Seth says, hell yes, the animated version is better than the live action film. The superior script is why he signed on.
It seemed like they were going to actually make a version of this that was, exciting for fans, as opposed to the first version I saw as an 11-year-old that was not exciting for fans.
John calls the film that he was in great.
The great thing about the original was that, there was diverse casting. I was a Latin guy playing a lead, playing the brother of Bob, one of the greats, Bob Hoskins. But now there's no diversity in the cast. I mean, that to me is going backwards.
I gotta say, after I saw the John video on TMZ, and then I read the Seth quote in Variety, I thought this was gonna be a pretty easy topic to weigh in on. I did want to make clear that Seth's comments are not in reaction to John, so don't make the connection that Seth is disagreeing with what John said about the film should be more diverse. Who knows how Seth feels about those comments? His comment that the 1993 film sucked was completely independent of what John said, okay? But yeah, beyond that, then I did my research for this topic and realized this is really complex. So here we go. It is a widely accepted belief that Mario and Luigi are Italian. The only dispute of that assessment came 3 years ago from a former Nintendo employee who claimed that Mario was actually Japanese. The character was given the name Mario when it was first being marketed to American audiences, and they went with the name Mario because the video game character looked a lot like Nintendo's landlord, Mario Segale. Now, to be clear, Nintendo has never declared what the character's ethnicity is, nor have they endorsed any theory about their ethnicity. The 1993 film that John was in cast the UK-born Bob Hoskins to play Mario, and for Luigi, the Colombian-born John was hired. Neither John nor the late Bob are Italian or Japanese.
Anything's possible, Mario. You just gotta believe.
The only history of Luigi being Latino is the fact that John played him in the 1993 movie. So yeah, this is where it gets kind of murky. So I do agree with John's overall sentiment that yeah, given that it's 2023, the film probably should have been a little more conscious of being inclusive and diversified the voice cast a little bit. But that very white cast reflects the very white characters in the video game. No whitewashing occurred here, it's that inclusion wasn't initiated here. You could decide that John's boycott of the movie does have a touch of ego mixed in there, or at least it's influenced by his own history with the material.
I don't want to be bitter or anything. I hate being that bitter guy because I'm too short to be bitter. But
John is asked about the movie because of course he was in a previous adaptation of it, and he answers.
I don't have anything against the actors in it. I mean, that's not their choice, but I would hope that they would have continued the diversity and maybe added more diversity.
I don't think he's just saying that because he was in a previous version of it. I think he would say that about any Hollywood movie. What do you think of John's protest? It's obviously not having a big effect on the film's box office because it's on pace to make over $200 million in its first 5 days. What do you think of Seth bashing the 1993 version? Clearly people agreed because that movie made $20 million in its entire run.
You're getting worse. I'm getting worse.